Hello, everybody, and welcome to Feel Good Friday on Church at Home at Rachel. Today, with Rachel. Today, I want to talk to you about what it feels like to be comfortable in your space, to feel good in your space. I remember in my first year of my master's degree, I believe it was, our field ed director, Kate Merriman, asked us to read a book by Virginia Woolf, a very short book, called A Room of One's Own. And it talked about the need for women to have that space, a space where you can go and just be, where there are no expectations. You set it up for yourself. And how many really, and I'm not trying to be snarky, but how many women in the world really do have a room of their own? How many women, I mean, maybe it's more than before, but of my generation, especially, and the generations who went before me, how many women in their house might have been a four-bedroom house with a beautiful living room and dining room and a den and all the things? How many women had a room of their own where they could have their own things? Now, the times are changing where I've heard that people have like quilting rooms, or they have a she shed, like a, instead of a man's den or a men's room, or what do they call it, what is it, a man cave. Women have like a shed out in the backyard that they put all their stuff in for their hobbies or their gardening or whatever it is, a place where they go for their own space. I think that's becoming more popular as we live in a world of HGTV and all of the things like the shows about buying a new home. It's more and more becoming a reality that women are saying, like men, I need a space of my own. I need a place where I can put my feet up. I can do my hobbies. I can do my beading or my quilting, or I can read a book. I can paint. I can sew. I can garden. I can do whatever it is that makes my heart sing. That's mine alone. Virginia Woolf would be proud, I believe, because up until now, if indeed that's becoming a bigger thing, it's been hard for, like, looking around. Like, I've been visiting as a priest. Been visiting people for 26 years. And until a woman becomes a widow, most often I have found that in their homes there would be places where you knew the man lived. There would be the pipe, or the newspaper, or the Sports Illustrated, or the hockey equipment, or the things that were the guys, where he'd come in, drop them at the door, do his thing. And this is not a slam on men. This is just the way we were. The garage would be the man's thing. The shed in the backyard would be filled with all the guys' things. How many men have I seen garages over the years have stools and a beer fridge and things like that, where the guys would all gather on a Saturday to go out and work on the car and talk and chat. Well, the women might come and sit in the kitchen and have a cup of coffee and watch the kids through the window. Quite often I noticed that there was very little place, even if the house looked feminine, decorated by the woman. There were few places, and when I would go out and visit people in their homes, women in their homes, there were very, very few homes where there was a dedicated space where a woman could say, "This is mine." And often, if there was, it was because a child had moved away from home, gone off to university, so now this is my sewing room or something. But it took someone else giving up their space for the woman to have hers. And the fact is, we all need our own space. We all need that place where we can go, where we can feel safe, where we can pray. That's what I do in my space here in my office. Most of the time it's about prayer. Sometimes it's about work. Most of the time it's about prayer and having a place that's quiet, with a door I can close and a candle I can light, where I can just be here. I don't have to answer the phone. I don't have to know what's going on the internet. I don't even have to know what's going on the rest of my house. I just need to be able to be here and listen and laugh or cry or pray or sleep or do whatever it is that me and my body and my mind and my intellect and my heart need in this moment. It's huge. Having a space to put things like your Montreal Canadiens, flag up there that says the last time they won the Stanley Cup was 1993. By the way, one of the players, Gilbert Dion, little brother, youngest brother of Marcel Dion, was playing on that team. It was his rookie year, and he had been my dad was his coach in midget hockey in Niagara Falls. So That 1993 Stanley Cup has a very special place in my heart because my dad is connected to it because one of his players won the cup in his rookie year. Isn't that amazing? And in case you wonder about whether or not I'm really into the Montreal Canadiens, see that Sally up there, that little doll? Had that doll since I was like 1 or 2 years old. She's wearing a Montreal Canadiens hat. In this house, not a safe thing because the rest of the house is Toronto Maple Leafs. But that's the thing, having a space of my own with things that make me feel comfortable. Artwork. My niece Victoria first painted this picture with the P for Parker on the cross. She painted that for me, and then she painted abstract art as well and gave that to me as well. Having these things around me make me feel comfortable. This picture here is a picture of the road just heading out from my Uncle Fred and Aunt Dolores' home. My Uncle Fred has since died. He died many years ago when I was still in Halifax. But seeing that picture every day, although he's not in it, seeing that picture reminds me of the farm. And it reminds me of him and his love and his laughter and how talented he was as a carpenter and the love he held for his wife and his daughter. Little things like that that make you feel at home, make you feel loved, make you feel blessed, make you feel comfortable. The star blanket that I'm sitting on that I used to wrap myself in my freezing cold office, my room of my own. We need that. Across the way, Rob has a Lego room filled to the brim with Lego. And he's also got other spaces in the house because that's just sort of the way it goes. But that's okay. I have a room of my own. I have a place for my things that make me feel good. What about you? What about you? Do you have a place? Some people, it might be a corner where your chair and your lamp and your crossword puzzle and your cup of tea or your cut glass crystal glass of scotch or whatever it is that makes you feel good, that when you sit down at the end of the day, you can put your feet up and read your book or the Bible or do a crossword puzzle or whatever it is that makes you feel at peace. For some people, they don't want to have a room of their own because they want to be with their family. They want to be in the midst of things. And though for them, having that corner, having that chair, that little bit of space that everybody knows is mom's or dad's or grandma's, some place where nobody would dare pick up that leftover cookie and eat it or put it away, or nobody would dare pick up the book that was put down on the seat open. No one would just fold it and put it back on the table because that was exactly where it was meant to be. It was put there by whoever owns the chair, marking their spot in that book. We leave it alone. We all need a place to call our own. We all need a safe space, a happy space, a place where we have our memories, a place where even some of the sorrows can hang around because this is where we go to deal with them. I pray that you have a room of your own, a space of your own, a place in the world where you know you are completely safe, a place where you can laugh until you wet your pants, or you can cry until you've used up every Kleenex in the house, a place where you know that your butt print is in that chair and it's the most comfortable place to be. I hope you have a room of your own. Have a great weekend. I will see you again on Sunday for Gospel on the Go and next Monday for Church at Home with Rachel. God bless.